It all started when Lisa Ann French went missing on Halloween night, 1973. She was out collecting candy but never came back home. Her parents quickly grew worried and reported her missing to the police. As hours passed and there was no sign of Lisa, the entire community became frantic. Thousands of volunteers, parents, police officers, and when the National Guard joined forces to search for her. The entire town was desperate to find out what had happened to Lisa. The entire town was desperate to find out what had happened to Lisa. For 4 days they searched, but it wasn't until November 3, 1973, when a farmer named Gerard Brown was driving his tractor near a forest in Taycheedah, the horrifying discovery was made. He found 2 brown plastic bags behind a barbed wire fence. One bag contained Lisa's lifeless body, and the other held her Halloween costume. An autopsy later revealed that Lisa had died from suffocation. However, doctors also found severe signs of assault, indicating that she had been sexually attacked before her death. Her funeral was held a few days later on November 6, 1973. 2 days later that, a $10,000 reward offered for information leading the capture of Lisa's killer. Gerard Turner becomes the prime suspect. The police quickly turned their attention to Gerard Turner, a neighbor who lived nearby. The initial tip-off came from the fact that Lisa had been seen approaching his house on Halloween night. Neighbors confirmed she had attacked on his door. That connection was enough to make the police suspicious. The Turner was a familiar face in the neighborhood, but why was he involved with Lisa at night? When the police questioned Turner, his responses were inconsistent. He first claimed that he didn't know anything about Lisa's disappearance, but his story didn't match the fact. The inconsistencies in his account of the events led the police to believe he was hiding something. To dig deeper, the police conducted a lie detector test on Turner, but the results came back inconclusive. He refused to take a second test. That's when the investigators That's when the investigators dedicated to take another step. They collected hair and fiber samples from Turner's house, and when they compared them with the evidence found on Lisa's body and clothing, they matched. This evidence combined with the suspiciousness. These evidence combined with the suspicious behavior and inconsistent answer made it clear that Turner was involved in Lisa's death. But they needed more to build a strong case. After months of questioning and investigation, Turner finally confessed to the crime on August 1974. He admitted that when Lisa came to his door, he was highly sexually motivated. He led her into his bedroom where he assaulted her. Afterward, he noticed she had stopped breathing. In a panic, he tried to revive her but was unsuccessful. Unfortunately, Turner's actions left Lisa's life. He was arrested on August 9, 1974 and eventually convicted in 1975. Turner was sentenced to 38 years and 6 months in prison for his horrific crimes. Gerard Turner was not sentenced to life in prison because of the way the U.S. legal system works. There were specific laws and circumstances that can affect the type of punishment someone gets. In Turner's case, he was sentenced to 38 years and 6 months for second-degree murder, sexual assault, and other related crimes, but not life imprisonment. Here's why. Second-degree murder. Second-degree murder. Turner was convicted of second-degree murder, unintentional killing without premeditation, which usually carries a different sentence than first-degree murder, intentional killing. In first-degree murder cases, the punishment could be the death penalty or life in prison without parole. Second, state laws and court conditions. The laws in Wisconsin, where the crime took place, required clear evidence of premeditation for a life sentence. In Turner's case, he confessed to the crime, but the court convicted him of second-degree murder, which resulted in a lesser sentence. Third, past record and motive. Also, Turner crimes involve sexual assault and violence. Certain factors in case led to a sentence of a long prison term rather than life imprisonment. So Turner wasn't sentenced to life in prison, but he still faced a long prison term. Later, now laws made it harder for him to be released. Why Turner didn't get released after 36 years? Even after serving 36 years of his sentence, Turner wasn't released for a few reasons. He was still considered as threat to the community. Psychologists and law enforcement officials feared that he might hurt others again, given the violent nature of his crime. Second, new laws were created to keep the endorse offenders behind bars longer. One such law, known as the Halloween law, was enacted in Wisconsin, which prevented the early releases of certain offenders who pose a serious risk of society. These reasons meant that Turner had to remain in prison even after completing most of his sentence. This heartbreaking story of an innocent girl's life and crime. This heartbreaking story of an innocent girl's life and a crime that shocked the community has come from an end. Also, justice shocked the community has come to an end. Also, justice was served for Lisa French. Many questions still remain. Will similar dangers lessen over time? One thing is certain, this case proves that while the truth may take in, one thing is certain, this case proved that while the truth may take time to surface, justice should never be forgotten. Thank you for watching, and if you found this story interesting, don't forget to like and subscribe for more stories.